Hi everyone, welcome to Qlikview. So in the previous session we have discussed about basic properties of pie chart and as well as how to create list boxes and how to load data into Qlikview, right? So in this session we are going to see in detail about pie chart and bar chart properties. Okay, so now let's create pie chart. Okay, let's go to new sheet objects and then click on charts, select the pie chart. Okay, then go there, so add. Now I want to see the contribution of region in units. Okay, so then click on region as my dimension, so and then sum of units. Okay, let's click on units sold. Okay, then finish it. So you got a pie chart. Okay, so now you can see the pie chart here. Okay, so there are some other interesting properties. So as we haven't specified anything in a general show title in chart, so it is taking expression label as by default. So in expressions, if you go to expressions of chart properties, there you can see the label name. Okay, so that's why it's taking like this. Then okay, so go to general and disable show title in chart because I don't want to have title, and then I don't want title bar means caption. So just click on show caption, uncheck the show caption, then click on apply. Okay, right, so you got the legend, right? Then let's see the properties again. So in the general you find show title, detach, read only. So the detach is nothing but it won't respond to these selections. Okay, so it will be separated from the selection. That is what detach is. Read only is it won't allow you to select through the chart. Okay, then go to dimensions. There you can find what are all the dimensions you can add in, and here it's enabling condition. So if you have multiple dimensions and you want to enable them based on the selection, you can enable it. Okay, so right, and then here you have suppress null value. If any dimension suppress, dimension is consisting in null value, you can suppress from here. Show all value will show all values including zeros, and show legend, it will show you legend. So here if you don't want legend, just click on it. Okay, if you have legend, you don't want label to be displayed over there, just click on it. The label which is called as region will be removed from there. If you don't want, then uncheck this one. This is what. So apart from the existing dimensions, you can also add calculated dimension. Suppose if you want to derive a dimension from the existing one, you can derive it. Okay, dimension limit. So this is an interesting one. So you can limit the dimensions with respect to the facts. So here dimensions will be listed. Then go to the limits, click on check. They restrict which values are displayed using the first expression. Select on it. Okay. So in this you will find a couple of interesting things. Show only largest 10. It will only show only largest 10. Now in our case, let's try for 2. Here in our case, largest 2 are east and west regions. Let's select 2. So now you can see. Okay. So why this other is coming as, so the remaining. Okay. Let me put 10. Then I'll explain you clearly. The largest one is central and remaining will be combined as other, because we here the show others option is checked. Okay, let me select 2 here and then uncheck show others option and press on apply. Now you can see central and east are the largest, okay, contributors. This is how you can use, right? And uncheck this, let's apply. This is how dimension limits will work. So coming to the expressions, there are some interesting features. So you can enable and disable expressions based on your requirement. So how can we enable and disable it? So one is through manually from here, and the one is through conditional. Okay, suppose if you want to switch in between different expressions, one is average, one is like total sales, one is something else. So in that case you can switch in between. Okay, how can we do that? I'll show you. Okay, then here one more is there called relative property. Okay, so what this relative will do is it will show in percentages. Select on this, so let's apply and go there. You will find the units sold. So central is contributing 56.53%, and east is contributing 32.58. Here the west is contributing 10.89%. Okay, and let's uncheck this, and values on data point. So this will display the values that we are seeing on pop-up. Okay, let's click on this so that you can see the values. So units sold, so total central I mean is contributing 1199 as units sold, 231 from west and 691 from east. Okay, this is how you can see values on data points, right? So the values on data points can be customized. So there is a function called as dual. So what this function will do is, I'm sorry, dual. So what this function will do is, let's click here, then you'll get parameter. The first parameter will be treated as text and the next parameter will be treated as number. So whatever you putting as the first parameter, that will be appears in values on data point. Okay, so let's see. Let's click, and I'll be putting some text here, TEN. Okay, let's apply. Now you can see, right? So in the place of 10 I want to put region in there. Okay, and then a hyphen. So as you know, strings will be concatenated with unsemble in Qlikview expressions or in backend. So then add a hyphen symbol, that is a string which I want to, I mean that's a text, a character, right? So and then add I mean, sum of units in here. So Qlikview will prompt you for the field, I mean it will assist you with the field names and function parameters, so you don't have much worry while writing expressions. Then click on this, then you can see west 231, central 1199. So this is how you can put values on data points. Okay, suppose you don't want to put that I mean dual part here, so in that case you can disable this thing. Okay, so this thing will now work. So you can write an expression and then text as pop-up, so that you can get text in the customized text in the pop-up if you want customized pop-up, because by default it will give you dimension and measure. A dimension is that one and measure means expression, whatever is there that will comes here. Okay, if you want to have customized pop-up, in that case you have to uh, make this thing right. So before enabling text as pop-up, there is another option which you need to consider. So go to presentation, there you'll find pop-up labels, just disable it, because the whatever you're selecting here means pop-up label selected in presentation is indicating the default pop-up. So if you disable this thing, then you can write your customized pop-up here. Okay, so let me try that as well, customized pop-up. So just text tests. Okay, so you can see the pop-ups. So this is how you can customize it, and this pop-up will work for dimension based. So whenever you're writing an expression, so it will take dimension into consideration. Okay, this is how you can customize the pop-up, and this customization is available for across all the charts except pie and sorry except stride table and pivot table. So stride and pivot table are not having any pop-ups, and hovers means hover functionality is not available, as I mean the tables are displaying only information, means only tabular format of values. Okay, right. So let's go to again expressions tab. Here relative and invisible. If you have bar chart, you can make some bars invisible. Okay, right. Box plot, this is used for only bar chart, right? So you can write the comments here. This is good practice to write the comments. So what this is all about, okay, what this expression is all about, right? Then go to sort. So you can here sort by y value. Okay, and you can sort by state, means if you select, that will be, I mean the value will comes down or up based on the settings that you set in document setting. And or else you can write an expression to decide so in which order the dimension should be arranged in region, or else frequency, numeric value, text, and load order. So the best practice which you have to follow, I mean you should be considering is loading, I mean load order. So this will works with low latency. I can say it will consume less amount of time to do all these things, because y value it has to check for dimension, I mean measure, and state whether what which value is selected. Again expression it also be should be calculated. In frequency it has to calculate, sorry, it has to count how many times the dimension has occurred, and numeric value same thing. And text A to Z, it's a bit costly, and load order is bit easy, I can say, because the values will be read in front end, uh, how the values are read from the source uh, in the back end. Okay, so this is a good practice to have load order. So I'll tell you a simple example. Suppose in this case, now central, east, west is there, right, in the region. So now what I will do is plus control alt E, right? So here, before loading this table, what I will do is I'll create a simple inline table. So here we have a function of creating inline table. So inline table is means, so you can create a table inside Qlikview only, within Qlikview only. Okay, so for that you can go for insert, load statement, then you find load inline, click on inline, so you will get this window. So let's click on F1. F1 is a field name, so let's put the field name region region. Okay, then I want my first value to be central, sorry, east. Okay, then west, then central. Okay, or else put central in between, central and west. Okay, let's click on this. So load inline region. So with field name and field values, it will create, Qlikview will create a table, so the temporary table, I mean a table. So if you want to use this one, you can use it. So this is very useful. because if you want to do modifications in the front end or customizations are required, so these kind of inline tables are very much required. Okay, let's put something here, rag. Okay, so I don't need this because once I load, what Qlikview will do is Qlikview will execute from top to bottom approach. Okay, so once I read this, I mean, if once Qlikview read these values in the order, means as I told you, Qlikview will read I mean execute from top to bottom. Once it read east, central and west, so it will try to read the values from this table in the same manner. So okay, while reading it will sort the values in the form of first encountered field values, or in the order of first encountered field values, and then I'll drop, because for first it will load this reg table and then sort, I mean it will find the sorting order, then this it will load the, when click will load this table, and then while loading it will sort the region values into this order, so that I don't need the first table. So drop table. Okay, for dropping table reg, right? So now let me load it. So I'm not sure about central centra. Okay, now we have executed, and let's go to this thing, press Control T. So only one table is there, right? Now if I go to properties, sort, so sorting feature is available everywhere, and disable this text and state, put load order, then you can find east, central and west. Okay, this is the load order, right? Let's check east, central and west. How we put them like this: east, central and west, the same order you can see. Okay, so this is a less weight consuming sort order. Okay, less costly. Okay, right, this is how sorting will work, and this sorting is works across all the charts in the same manner, right? And for some charts like stride table and pivot table are having interactive sorting. So okay, you can arrange in ascending or descending order, so based on your requirement. And in style, so this style feature is different from chart to chart. Okay, so here we have different styles in pie. Can click normal pie, so, or can have a donut kind of thing, a donut with the tube, sorry, in the tube format, can say, and donut bigger size, or else this way, and you can have pizza type kind of thing. Okay, so there is an interesting feature in pie chart. So here you can see the pie, right? So you can pop up, so pop out these partitions. For that, go to expression, there you can just click on plus symbol. You can find couple of options here. The background color decides the color of the partition. Text color which decides if is there any text, then that will be defined as text color. Text format will be supported for bold, italic and underline, you can put in there as well. And pie pop out, so this will pop out the partition. So if you press 1 and apply, can see the breakage. Okay, you can switch in between pie pop out. How can we do that? Okay, so let me create an, put 0 and then we'll try that. Okay, if I put 1 here, it is doing pop-up. Okay, then put 0, what it will do, it is not doing it. Okay, so I switch in between 0 and 1, right? So for that I need variables. So Qlikview will support two types of variable: let and set. Okay, so if you define, let's go to the backend. So if you define, here you can see set is here, and then these are the environment variable. If you define a variable as a set, it will treat the value which is assigned to a variable as a string, right? If you define a variable as a let, the value assigned to the assigned to the variable will be evaluated. If it is an expression, it will be automatically evaluated. Okay, and what are the this is the one way of writing variables in Qlikview, and another way is from the front end. So if you go to settings, there you can find variable overview. The shortcut for this is Control Alt V. Okay, Control Alt V. There you can find this variable overview window. So if you want to add a variable, just click on add. So while giving the names of the variable, so choose the appropriate name. Here I want to have a variable, I want to set a variable value to pop up my pi. Okay, so v pi. Okay, let me name this the short name. So v pi is my name, or else v pi pop, good name, right? So let's take this one. Okay, so here how we do is, so if you are defining your expression, so here this is the variable name, definition and comment. So you can write the definition for the variable, nothing but assigning a value to it, or else comment. So if you are giving a value to this variable with equals to, that is let. Okay, if you're putting a value, simply that is set. Okay, so now in my case, so I have to set a value, I have to have a let one, so let's set 0. Okay, so now it is a let, so the value is assigned to pop up. Okay, right. Then if you want to write any comment about this variable, you can write. Okay, let me try that. So this is a pi pop up toggle. Okay, now we have created a variable. So how can we see? Let's go Control Alt V. Okay, this is comment you can see, right? So now let me create one more object, which is a good one in Qlikview, that is a text object. So text object can be used for displaying a KPI value, one value, or else for triggering an action as well. In my case, what I do is, okay, so I'll write pi pop up as a label name. What are the value I want to display? Press on apply. So you can change the background color of this thing, and or else you can put an image. If you have background color, you can transparent that one. Okay, you can also make transparent image as transparent as well. Okay, so how you want to represent the uh, value which is putting here in this. Okay, as a text image, or if you want any horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar, how the text should be aligned. So these are all features, these are all the options are available to align the text. Okay, then press on apply. Okay, right. So as I told you, I want to switch in between values, right? So we haven't given any action to this thing. So, right. So here we have a button called action, a tab called action. Click on action, add. There my I want to switch the values of pi variable which I have created, pi pop variable, in between 0 and 1. Okay, so click on external, and there what we have to do, we have to set a variable value. Okay, set variable means it's not a variable type set, it's like setting variable value. Okay, so here I want to have a variable, so that is v pi pop up. It's easy to, okay, and now equals to not. So what this not will do is, sorry, right. What this not will do is it will switch in between 0 and -1. So -1 is true in Qlikview. Usually 1 and 0, right? In other languages, but in Qlikview, -1 is true, 0 is false. Okay, 0 is false other than 0 or true. So, but programming aligned values are -1 true, 0 false. Okay, so whatever the value other than 0 is will be, I mean 0 will be treated as true, right? So apply. Okay, now let's display the value in another thing, another text object. I'm creating one more text object, so equals to v by pop. Okay, so what this will do is it will just display the value of the variable. So here in this, let me change the color so that you won't confuse. Color, let's select this one, red, eye catching. Okay, if I click on pie pop-up, then what it has to do, it has to uh, I mean negotiate the value. I mean it has to apply negotiation, means complement. Okay, now this 0 should be converted into -1. Click on pie pop. Yes, it is converted. Again, if you click, it will become 0. So this is toggling the values of 0 and -1, means true and false. This is a very good example for switching in between different objects or different expressions or any sort of thing where switching is required. Okay, let's put this variable inside this pie popup. Okay, where we have pie popup, go to properties. There you have expression tab. Under that you will find a plus symbol before your expression label. Just click on plus symbol. There you can find pie popup. So here let's give the variable name v pie popup. Okay, then apply. So now 0, so it won't give you. Click on pie popup, so it's -1. So this is popping, right? So this is how you can play around, right? Let's apply this thing in a different manner. So now we have by region. Let's have this unit sold by rep. Okay, so in the let me disable this pipe up. This I don't want this to be confusing you. Okay, let's have this. It's a good thing to have. We pipe up now, right? I'll be creating one more variable so that you'll get to know uh, to create variables again. So add the variable vreg is my variable name. Okay, so and again I'll be setting a value that is 0 to switch in between region or this. Okay, let me create one more. So for creating a text chart, you can go for text object, right click, new sheet, object and text object, or else you can just hold the control button and wait till you get the cross symbol, then click on left mouse click, then gently drag it, so then it will be created. So now in this case, region slash rep. Now which variable I want to set? Actions. The set variable I want to set v region, v reg. Okay, and here also same thing, v reg. Okay, so this is a variable, so should not be putting something like that. Okay, and apply. Okay, go there. Now I want to switch in between dimensions, means I want to enable a dimension, right? So add a rep as well. If so, this should be enabled on condition, right? So if the value equals to 0, then use 0. Sorry, if v rez equals to 0, have this one. If v reg equals to -1, then have rep. It's better to have, it's -1. So vrez equals to -1 means it's region true. Then have the I have region as my dimension. If vrez equals to 0, then make my dimension as rep. Then apply. So now let's display the value here. So as region slash rep, I mean variable v region is 0, it is rep. If I make it region equals to -1 means region is true, then it will be switched to the dimension. This is how you can switch in between dimensions conditionally. Okay, right. Let's go to next other properties. You're done with styles, right? Yes, you're done with styles as well. There is a 3D view, you can find that. Okay, and there are some I mean gradient views as well. I mean you can see the gradient layout of this pie chart. Okay, do that and go to presentation. There you find surplus zero, surplus missing, highlight, show legend. You can also disable legend from here. Okay, there are two ways to show, I mean show or hide the legend. One is from dimensions. Here you have show legend. Okay, this will be disabled here, or else from there you can do that either way, right? You can add text in chart. Suppose if you want to have total units sold, sum of units are total sales. So our total sales would be total sales would be, so this is the text, and for concatenation we have to use and symbol, right? And apply. So here it won't consider the dimension, so it will give you the whole number. Just click on this thing. Okay, here this will appear here. If you want this to be dragged, hold Control Shift, select the chart and hold Control Shift, then you will get the parts within the chart. So then drag it so wherever you want, right? This is how you can move different parts of the chart and in the chart area. Okay, this is what text in chart. Text in chart is available across all the charts. Okay, then colors. So you can set the default colors. You can see the first three colors were appeared here. So it's not compulsory to use all these colors here. You can set the colors in the expression as well with the function RGB. So you can put RGB as, I mean RGBs inside the RGB function. Sorry, or else there are some color names itself as a function. So suppose red is a function. If you apply, the background color will be red. So if you want to have some RGB is a function, so you can set R, G and B values. So suppose 243 between, I mean RGB values are in between 0 to 255, right? So 129, so some color 76, then apply. So I got this color, my god. Okay, so here in place of these static numbers, you can give dynamic values with variables or field names. Okay, put your RGB values in a variable or inside different variables or G and B, and then use them according to product so that you can get different standard colors across, right? Okay, so this is how you can get. Or else if you want to select from color palette, you can set these values and select persistent color so that your brand, whatever the value is selected to a particular brand or particular field value, that will remains across the dashboard. Okay, so now comes to the frame background. The frame is nothing but the chart, background of this chart. Okay, so now it is white color. Suppose if I select some other color, for this look embarrassing, right? My god. Then you can put transparency here. Okay, 100% transparency accountability so that the frame will be removed. So here you can have sector outlines, you can define them. I don't want sector outlines, so 100%. So the sector outlines were changed. Okay, so plot area, and this will be enabled for different styles. Okay, so you can get default colors that will work if you have change these colors. Numbers, so you can change the numbers of the expressions. So here you can put percentages, something like that. Okay, so if whatever the expression you have written, you don't have to write number function over there to uh, set the number format. You can derive, or you can define a number format here as well. Okay, so if you have million symbol, thousand symbol, or billion symbol, you can put in here. Okay, that will be displayed in the chart values. Okay, then font, you can display. Suppose if I change this to 7, what will happen? So this is changing. So this will be used in the same way. So you can change the color, font color as well from here. And coming to the layout. So layout, this is an interesting thing. So this in this layout you have setting borders or not, right? So let me set the border for. You can see the border, light color border, right? So this is a simplified layout. So if you had to have advanced features of this layout, let's go to document properties. Click on settings, go to document properties. There you can find styling mode. It is a simplified mode. Let's select and then click on advanced mode. Apply. Okay. Then go to properties. Okay. Layout. There you can see earlier we have only shadow intensity and this thing. Now we got colors as borders. So just for the high intensity of color, I am selecting this red. Then if you want to have corners, can put. If you want to change the squareness, yes, you can do that as well, right? So you can disable rounded corner for one corner, but remember this will work only with IE plugin. Okay, so in the access point, there are two ways of accessing access point. One is through IE plugin, which should be downloaded and installed from your Qlikview server, and in that you can feel the application the way you're watching in the desktop. So another one is Ajax, which is uh, through other browsers, I can say. Okay, Qlikview is looking to discontinue the IE plugin. How soon they'll be discontinuing, we're not sure. So it is better to go with Ajax. Okay, so these rounded corners won't work in Ajax mode. So if you want to have create an image, put it in the background as a background. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. So then so that I'll get different view, right? So if you want to have border styles raised, depressed, so you can do that, or you can disable allowing moving, copying the objects. Okay, so like how we have conditionally enable and disable the dimensions, region and rep. We can the same way we can hide and show the charts as well. Okay, and so here layers. This is an interesting part. So Qlikview will support. People are saying it will support 256 layers, means minus 128 to plus 127. Okay, or vice versa. But it's better to use in between minus 99 to plus 99. Okay, these layers are nothing but you can put one chart on top of another or one object on top of another. That's what layering is. Okay, let's so its bottom is -1, normal is 0, top is 1, and custom you can go for anything. Okay, so let me try that. So here I have this thing, right? So if I put this thing on region, we don't know which one is displaying, right? Let me define this as custom 10. So this will be my top one. So whichever is underneath of this we can't see, right? If you want to see, let's uh, make it transparent, so you can see through. Even though the object is on top of the pop-up, you can see through this, right? As I made it. Okay, this is how you can layer one object another on top of another, means overlapping. Okay, then caption, so how, on inactive, how can we do that? So on inactive, how the caption look like, means the bar here. So what will the text color and all these things, and you can define x-axis and y-axis position. It's where it should be located, and width and the height. So if you want to allow minimize or allow maximize, you can put in here, or if you want to place some help text regarding this chart, you can put help text here. Also those test help. Okay, here we have uncheck the show caption, so check it for displaying the caption. Then you can find here, you can click on this so that it will display you the help. Okay, or else if you don't want, you can remove this. And these are all the options which you can enable or disable, or you can check or uncheck to have these things in uh, on this caption bar. So if you are using if you are developing application for iPad, better to have only menu. So select the menu, so it will display a drop down, sorry, an arrow kind of thing. If you click on it, it will display the options, because we have to use the space effectively on iPad, and it's a touch, right? So we should be carefully designing the application for small or touch compatible devices, right? Over there, then you can find. So this is what you can change the title, uh, text, font, style, color, and everything. Okay, right? And one more thing is copying color. Suppose here I have selected a color. Let me select one color. Okay, and this is also one color gradient. Assume and apply. Right. So if I want to have the same color here, you don't have to again go to the select color palette, right? So in that case, just right click on this color, copy. Okay, the copying you can do, while copying it with color, it will copy everything, base color, second color, and gradient as well, because we have selected one gradient, one color gradient. Let's paste all. Okay, you will get it. So that is active or inactive, so you'll get the same. This is how you can copy paste colors and gradients. Okay, so that's all for today's session. uh, Please do subscribe, and so we'll be discussing about remaining topics later on. These are the common properties which you can find across all the objects. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. Please do subscribe. Thank you.